Chuck Norris, Shawn Michaels, and Bernie Sanders. What do these three people have in common? Absolutely nothing. The Nintendo Switch has been out for a while now and already boasts quite an interesting library of fun and enjoyable titles with a ton more on the horizon. We know so much about games like Splatoon 2, Mario Odyssey, Mario and Rabbids, a bunch of games that are coming out in the next year. But did you know there are a ton of games announced that don't even have titles yet? Games that, until I was looking for games to put on this list, I didn't even know were coming out. So this is my list of top 10 Nintendo Switch games that, apart from a title, and even then in some cases these games don't even have titles yet, apart from that, we know almost nothing about any of them. So let's do it. For Chuck Norris, Shawn Michaels, and Bernie Sanders, the weirdest way I've ever started a video. A lot of the games on this list get me really excited for the possibilities that come with them, but none more than a new No More Heroes game. Suda51 has announced and confirmed that a new No More Heroes game will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. We don't know yet if it's going to be a direct continuation of No More Heroes 1 and 2, so we don't know if it's going to be a No More Heroes 3 as such. And the creator really isn't giving us any information on it at all. He said that he can't divulge anything. All that he can tell us is that he is directing it and has full control over this game for the first time in 10 years. And also that the game is heavily influenced by pro wrestling. I don't even know, but No More Heroes 1 and 2 were definitely, I consider, reasons to pick up a Wii. And Suda51's entire game library, whether it be on a Nintendo system or an Xbox or PlayStation, whether you're talking about Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned, Killer is Dead, Killer 7, and whatever game it is, Suda51 has never let me down, and I'm definitely excited to check out a No More Heroes game on the Switch. Next up, we have the game, the one, the only Pokemon RPG. This one is the one that has the most possibilities for me. This one is the one where I really don't want Game Freak to drop the ball. I love Pokemon as a franchise, and I have loved it for so long, but it is stale in my personal opinion. I mean, Sun and Moon were really fun games, but it's just all been the same stuff with slight improvements ever since the initial Red and Blue. But Game Freak developing an RPG Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch, this is really their opportunity to step it up, to make something that feels a little bit more open world, that feels a little bit more realistic. I mean, this system is capable of running Skyrim, is capable of running Breath of the Wild. So if you develop from scratch another top-down Pokemon game like Sun and Moon or X and Y, I mean, from a sales standpoint, great. We'll have the Pokemon fans jump over to the Switch and boost the sales up because they want to play the new Pokemon game. But from a technical standpoint and what the Nintendo Switch is capable of, I just feel like that's a waste. Give me an open world, Skyrim style, Witcher style, Zelda Breath of the Wild style Pokemon game where I can see my Pokemon out there in the fields. I can actually go and battle them and catch them in real time. That's all I'm gonna say. Next up, we have a new Fire Emblem game for the Switch, and I'm not talking about Fire Emblem Warriors, I'm talking about an actual core Fire Emblem game in the series. We know nothing about this game other than the developer said that it will be a breath of new life into characters like we've never seen before. A completely different Fire Emblem game. It's gonna be beautiful with great graphics, and that's pretty much all that we've heard so far. Which strikes me as really interesting because Fire Emblem games have sort of followed a similar structure over the years. So what does this mean by breathing new life into the game? I feel like that's probably, in my opinion, going to mean a different look, a different art style, a different, maybe a different feel as far as gameplay goes, but I doubt they'll stray too far away from what makes Fire Emblem Fire Emblem. But we did just get a breath of fresh air into Zelda Breath of the Wild, where it did completely revamp what is a Zelda game, what it means to be a Zelda game, while at the same time drawing it back to its roots. And I could see something like that happening with Fire Emblem on not so much of a grand scale. It would be good to see this evolve and see where it can go. I would be excited for that, but we'll see. We'll wait and see. We have an Untitled Tales game, like Tales of Symphonia, Tales of a bunch of other ones that I can't pronounce, and this one is so far the most bleak. There's nothing. There's nothing on it, I don't think. Maybe we'll see some ports, but apart from that, we have nothing. This one's interesting. So a few days ago, we had WWE 2K18 announced, and I have mixed emotions on this game. The way it was announced, the way it was worded, made it seem like it's going to be exactly the same as it is on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I don't feel like it's going to be the complete full game that you're going to get on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And I definitely feel that way because I've supported Nintendo for a long time. I've had every Nintendo system since I was a young lad with the NES. I have had gone through everything. And I can tell you, as someone that backed the Wii, buying wrestling games on the Wii was not a good idea. They were really watered down. They weren't the same game at all. Used motion controls. I remember being Shawn Michaels and having to tune up the band by throwing my arm around and doing the Wiimote mode. It was just weird. The graphics didn't compare at all. It wasn't good. It was missing a bunch of modes. It's not as powerful. It's really not. It's a portable system about this big. As much as I would love to say it can handle whatever PlayStation 4 can, it can't, and that's never been the point of the system. I mean, I'm worried about it. I'm not sure if that is what's gonna happen. I just don't see it being at that level. And I mean, I'm happy to be wrong on this, but I just don't feel like it's a good idea. But we haven't seen gameplay for it yet, which is why it's on this list, because while it has been announced, we don't know what it's gonna look like, what it's all gonna have, if it's gonna be the same. They had to water down FIFA a little bit, so I feel like this is gonna be watered down, but I guess we'll find out. Next, we have Metroid Prime 4. I'm really excited for this, and I've covered it in my videos a few times, so I'll keep it short and sweet. It is a continuation of the Metroid Prime series. Obviously, it leads on after 3. I mean, I'm guessing, right? Because it's the 4th game, it's Metroid Prime 4. So it leads after 2002's Metroid Prime 3. We don't know anything about it. We haven't seen any gameplay. We haven't heard anything. What I would like to see from this, and my theory is it's gonna have to reimagine Samus a little bit and reimagine the series a little bit, and it's gonna have to almost be a reboot while still being a sequel. You don't want to appease the fans that have waited this entire time for another game, so they're not gonna want to do a complete reboot, but at the same time, it's been 15 years since the last Metroid game, and there's so many new players, people that started gaming on the Wii U, and then now they're leading into the Switch. There's, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids now that are picking up the Nintendo Switch and they want games to play. And as much as I want to dive back into a Metroid experience, I want this game to be playable by everyone. I want, kids that were my age when I played Metroid for the first time, I want their first Metroid experience to be as great as it can be. And I want them to be able to jump in on the ground floor and enjoy Metroid Prime 4 and still know what's going on and still get to know this character. Maybe open world, it'd be cool if you could fly to different planets, if you could actually pilot the ship and fly to different worlds and planets and land on them and explore. And sometimes when you get stuck on a planet, you don't know what to do, maybe you're missing an item, you might have to leave the planet, fly to a different one, try and get an item on that planet. That kind of stuff to build this huge galaxy feel where you're really stuck in this little solar system. That could be pretty cool. So just make it challenging, make it fun, make it accessible for everyone. That rhymed. Let's end it there. Next, we have Harvest Moon Light of Hope. I'm actually not a Harvest Moon, not a fan. I'm not a hater. I just haven't played any of the games and don't really know much about them at all. But I did read up on this game, and all I really found out that it was coming to Nintendo Switch and PC. It's also going to be on PlayStation 4. It's going to be a familiar game for players. The player is out at sea looking for adventure. When a monsoon strikes and sinks their ship after washing ashore in a small town, they'll assume care of an abandoned lighthouse. So for those Harvest Moon fans, it just seems like another great addition to the Harvest Moon series. I can't even speculate on this one because I'm not really a fan, as I said, and we know nothing about it, so short and sweet. But that game is coming, and I'm glad it's coming, because I can't be a fan of every series, but I know it has a lot of followers, and again, more people that can pick up and enjoy this system, the better. Like how I got away with that one. Back to back, we have a new Yoshi and a new Kirby game. Arguably, we probably know the most about these games. We only saw a little snippet of both of them, and they both look like standard Yoshi and Kirby games. They don't look anything too crazy, what we come to know and expect, unless they throw any curveballs at us, because I mean, we really don't know. We don't even have a title for the Kirby game. I'm pretty sure Yoshi is just going to be called Yoshi, but the Kirby game's still untitled, so we don't really know much about them. We don't know if they do have gimmicks. We don't know if anything past, if those were like the first levels in the game maybe, and then past that Yoshi gets a metal dinosaur Yoshi that he rides, or Kirby gets a metal Yoshi dinosaur that Kirby rides. Like, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with either of these games. We just know their titles and a little bit of what they look like. We can make pretty good assessments as to what they're going to be like. But again, we don't even have a title for one of them, so who knows? This next one is for me, as a retro gamer, is really exciting. ToeJam and Earl back in the groove. Creator of all the ToeJam and Earls, the first two and the weird, wonky, realistic one that did that even get released? I don't think that ever even got released. But I think that was on Dreamcast that was going to be. He started a Kickstarter Kickstarter, which got completely funded and is coming out with a ToeJam and Earl game, which is being ported to the Switch as well as a bunch of other systems. And it looks like the very first ToeJam and Earl game. So I'm really excited for that. All the Kickstarter page has right now is very early alpha type footage of the game, and they even say in the footage that this isn't what we want it to look like. It's very prototype, it's very unfinished, we're aware of that, we want it to look better. But I am a huge fan of the first ToeJam and Earl. I prefer that one personally to the second one, which again was a really great game, but I loved how quirky the first game was. It was like nothing else I played at the time, and honestly, there really hasn't been that many games like that since. And it was a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that you can always pick up and play even now. So I am excited for a sequel, and with it being completely funded means that it's happening. And again, there's so much information about what they want to do with the game on the Kickstarter, which I recommend going and checking out if you're interested. Even a really cool music video, which actually I kind of liked it. The beat to it was pretty funny. I might actually download it and put it on my phone to listen to in the car. It's stupid, but I actually liked it a lot. It had a nice beat to it, and I don't know, it was cool.
My name is ToeJam,
and I'm Big Earl.
We got a message to give to you.
Now, I was really surprised and excited by the Wonder Boy game coming to the Nintendo Switch as well as PlayStation 4, which is actually getting a physical on PlayStation 4 as well, which is really cool. But I was really surprised that they did that. It's just one of them series from a while back that was enjoyable, but never really, I guess it kind of did get talked about, but not too much. So I was really surprised to see that have like a reimagining and a remastered on the Nintendo Switch and the other systems. But what I didn't expect to hear about was them working on a sequel. And it's like a spiritual successor. We've probably seen the most about this game compared to anything else on the list. It's a game they've been working on for a few years now, but the art style is just fantastic. And if you guys played the remaster and you enjoyed that, this is definitely something that is gonna be worth picking up. It's definitely something that I'm really excited for. I love stuff like this, and I can't wait to dive into it and play it. Speaking of being excited, what games on this list are you most excited for? Or are there some upcoming games I didn't mention that you are excited for? Let me know in the comment section below. I want to take a second to imagine that we're in, let's say, late 2018 or maybe late 2019 with just what we know now. What I'm getting at is, I mean, even if you compare it to the Wii U library, I have right here what I consider to be the ultimate Wii U library, just because I have every first party game apart from Kirby that I'm still missing for some reason. And the library is like yay big. Every game is quality. The Wii U was a lot of fun, every game was quality, but this is 5 years. And right here with what I mentioned and what I talked about, in the next 2 years, I'll have a bigger Switch library than a Wii U library. And I mean, it's just crazy for me comparing how much better the Switch is doing right now and how much better it will be doing in a couple years' time to what the Wii U managed to do in half a decade. But hey, that's just a theory from a fanboy, and that wasn't supposed to sound like MatPat, but it did a little bit. Remember to smash that subscribe button as well. There's a little bell if you want to get notified for all the videos. Remember to leave that comment down below with what games you're most excited for. I do really hope you enjoyed this video, but most of all, I hope you have a fantastic week. And once again, I just want to thank everyone that subscribes to my show, that watches my videos, and supports what I do. I love you guys, and I love my community, and I'll see you, oh God, in the next video. I actually need a guitar. I had one in Australia, but I didn't buy one when I moved. I don't know how to play. It looks like I do, but I don't.